like and subscribe.
The sun was slowly sinking lower and lower. Its rays illuminated only the slopes of the hills, forming bizarre bright spots on them. Taiga was getting ready for the nightlife. Gradually, the sounds of the day subsided. Animals and birds leading an active life during the day were preparing for rest. The night dwellers, on the contrary, woke up and asked the day dwellers what interesting things happened that day. We, myself and the worker, a former hunter, with my dog, having finished the route, headed to the camp. The night was rapidly falling into its own. The last rays of the sun had already disappeared, and the dusk confidently enveloped the darkness in a velvet veil. The moon rose in the sky, and stars poured out in a scattering. She illuminated everything around with her mysterious light, bringing magic and changing the surrounding nature. On a night like this, it seems that you are in a fairy tale. The worker walked ahead. I followed him. Having walked about 500 meters, with peripheral vision it seemed that someone was walking in parallel, a meter away from us, now showing up, now hiding behind bushes and trees. Without stopping, she turned her head in that direction to make sure. And then she stumbled and fell. The hunter stopped and turned around. When I tried to stand up, I felt pain in my leg. Involuntarily groaning, taking off her backpack and device, she began to feel the sore spot. I was relieved that there was no open fracture. The worker came up to me. Having in mind that something was wrong with my leg, I found a suitable stick so that I could lean on it when walking. Taking my backpack and device, despite my objections, he helped me get up and we continued on our way. He walked loaded, 2 backpacks, a device, a gun, and an axe. I hobbled lightly behind, leaning on a makeshift crutch. The dog ran ahead, sometimes running up to us. With every step the pain intensified. After walking 300 meters, she stopped and sat down on the ground. Pulling up the trousers, she asked to shine on her leg. She, in the place where there was severe pain, was already noticeably swollen. The hunter took out iodine and a bandage from his backpack. Having applied the mesh, I bandaged it. "Can you go?" he asked. "Where am I going to go?" "You and the way the donkey is loaded." "Just let's move even more slowly," I replied. With great difficulty, clenching her teeth so as not to moan, with his help and leaning on a stick, she got up, and we went. He was in front, now and then looking back at me. It was bearable at first, but the longer they walked, the pain became unbearable with every step. I clenched my teeth. It can be seen from the pain, his forehead was covered with perspiration. I just wanted to say that a small halt was needed, as I felt as if someone was supporting me, slightly lifting me off the ground, so that I did not step on my sore leg with all my weight. Strange feeling. I didn't feel like I was being supported by a person. Looking to the left, she walked with her head down, looking only at her feet. She saw someone next to her. Surprisingly, our dog reacted calmly to him. At this time, we just came to an open area, illuminated by moonlight. It was a translucent entity, similar in shape to a person, about a head taller than me or a little more. He had an almost overgrown, either hair or hair, face with a beard and bushy eyebrows. From under them glowed greenish-blue eyes. Dressed, spacious pants, like harem pants, and either a kaftan or a free-cut, long-sleeved dressing gown. With both hands he grabbed my waist. But I did not feel his touch, as from the hands of a man. It just became easier for me to walk. It didn't hurt so much. There was no aggression or malice from him. When she raised her head to look at his face, he smiled and nodded. "Thank you," I whispered. At this time, the hunter stopped and turned around to once again make sure that I was following him. Literally for a split second, his eyes widened, but immediately returned to normal, and turning away, he continued to walk. Finally, we approached the camp, where a fire was burning and around which our people, who had also returned from the routes, were sitting. Before reaching a little, I felt that they were gently letting me go. That is, I was firmly planting my feet on the ground. The pain in my leg got worse. Turning my head, I saw that this creature was a meter away from me. Thank you very much, I said with difficulty opening my teeth. The hunter stopped and turned to us, bowed low to him and said, "Thank you, Master of the Taiga, for your help." The entity, smiling at us, stepped back behind the trees and seemed to dissolve, as if it had never existed. Approaching the fire, they joined those who were sitting. After dinner, over a cup of tea, they talked about what had happened, about unexpected help. If not for the Master of the Taiga, who helped me go, I don't know why, maybe he just regretted it. Most likely, the hunter would have had to leave me alone and go for help. Don't forget like and subscribe.